well as by the spacious backyard at 515 Arkell Drive, the Bertrand children were thrilled to be able to write to their friends back home that they lived on the same estate as Groucho Marx, Dean Martin, and Elvis Presley. Of course, no one in Riverdale believed them. Local legend has it that Debbie Bertrand even mailed her former school friend some loose change she had taken from the actor Don Adams, then the star of the TV hit Get Smart, to prove that she babysat for his children. Marcia Lynn's younger brother, Raleigh, quickly embraced the Hollywood lifestyle. For his 15th birthday, his parents, aware of his ambition to be a Formula One racing driver, gave him a red Ferrari sports car, even though he was too young to drive. That little inconvenience did not put the brakes on the young roustabout. When he went on a date with Gina Martin, a daughter of Dean Martin's, he asked his friend Peter Martini to take the wheel. He clearly enjoyed life in the fast lane. As his friend Randy Alpert, the son of jazz musician Herb Alpert, recalls, "Raleigh was a great guy and a good friend. We had a million fun times in Beverly Hills. Girls, cars, girls, cameras, wild turkey, girls, Rainbow Bar and Grill, racing, girls, Martini House, parties, and very often some girls. A far cry from life in Riverdale." In her own way, Marcia Lynn was at least as starry-eyed, if not more so, as the rest of her family. Like her mother, she avidly read the tabloids, soaking up the stories about the stars. There was a vicarious thrill about living in the midst of so many celebrities. Nevertheless, her exciting new life had its social costs. Marcia Lynn was careful to conceal her family's unglamorous origins from her classmates at Beverly Hills High School, talking vaguely about one day living in New York. Fellow student Adrian Neri remembers Marcia Lynn as quiet, inconspicuous, one of those artsy people on the edge of things. It didn't take long for Marcia Lynn to absorb the overarching dictum of life in Hollywood. You can be anyone you want to be. After graduating from Beverly Hills High in 1969, she joined the Lee Strasberg Theater and Film Institute and signed with the William Morris Agency to pursue modeling and acting work. She began to affect a more exotic persona, calling herself Marceline, which she explained was the way her French-Canadian grandmother, Marie-Louise Angelina, pronounced her name. Her family still called her Marcia. She took to drinking French vanilla instant coffee and collecting French crockery and other artifacts. Just to add an exotic frisson, the family believed that there was a dash of Iroquois Indian in the bloodline dating back to their French-Canadian settler roots. Certainly with her swooping dresses, embroidered headbands, and long hair, she was a poster child for the hippie generation. As she left her teenage years behind, something changed inside her. She later told a close friend, "There was a day after moving to Beverly Hills when I truly realized that I could actually marry someone famous." Marcia Lynn was born on May 9, 1950, to Lois and Roland Bertrand. Roland had just been named manager of his father-in-law's bowling alley in Riverdale, Illinois. Bowling was a heck of a business at the time, observes local historian Carl Dernovich. Everybody bowled. You couldn't get a lane sometimes. People either played baseball or they bowled. The nearby industrial town of Harvey was the largest manufacturing base in the country at the time. Jobs were plentiful, crime was unheard of, and everybody knew everyone else in the town of 4,000 people. The Riverdale where Lois was raised was straight out of a Norman Rockwell painting, complete with white picket fences and roses around the door. Dernovich compares it to the setting of the movie Pleasantville, the story of a saccharine-sweet small town where uncomfortable and unruly thoughts and ideas were shuffled onto the sidewalk. Life in Riverdale was comfortable, secure, and recognizable, if a tad dull. Lois June Gowans dreamed of getting out, of becoming a star on the silver screen. The highlight of her week was when the glossy movie magazines arrived at the grocery store across the street from the tavern her parents owned. The moment the magazines were unloaded, she would dart to the grocery, reaching up to the rack on the front counter for the latest issue of Movie Mirror and Motion Picture. Then she would curl up in a chair in the family's apartment above the bar and pore over the photographs of Betty Grable, Rita Hayworth, Ginger Rogers, and other Hollywood stars of the day. Lois's father, Roy Gowans,